Yes, I'm good, dear. So today it's right surprise for me that you are here, and the very first means you are the first student. So I think you get free from your classes today earlier, right?
Actually, I took a day off today because I'm feeling little under the weather.
Okay.
In the early morning, I got fever, so so that's why I took a day off.
What happened? You were not audible. You early morning what?
Actually, early morning I was feeling very cold, and
Okay.
then after that I got a fever, so very and terrible headache. So
Now
that's
how
why I
are
took
you
a day
feeling
off.
now? Now how are you feeling?
Now I'm feeling better because I took a medicines. I took medicines.
You
What's
can say
happening?
I have taken medicine, right? Because the impact
I
is
have
still over there.
take a medicine. Okay.
I have taken
I have
medicine.
taken medicine. Okay.
How do I take my?
Hey, Aarti, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, ma'am. How is your choti Diwali, ma'am?
Yes, happy Diwali, dear.
Thank you so much. Wish you the same, ma'am.
So, are you done with your kitchen work?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is Choti Diwali?
Today, like in the afternoon, I took the session. Everyone were in hurry. They were busy in making some sweets and recipes. They were very busy. Different dishes and all. So that's why I'm
Oh,
asking you. Are you free from your kitchen work? Okay. A bit, I'm
I think
just.
she's still making some sweets.
She's busy. Yes,
Uh,
exactly. That's why she's not replying us. Uh, what I want, Ashia, just check all
yes,
those
ma'am.
words that we learned earlier. Quickly check it. I'm just coming up. Previous some
Oh,
advanced vocabularies are there, no?
okay, okay, ma'am.
Please once take a look. Very important. It is very important. Aarti, are you busy in kitchen?
Yes, ma'am. I came back. I came back,
See,
ma'am.
see, we can very easily interpret today. All are in the kitchen. Okay, wait a bit. Yes. Done? Ashia, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
What
Aarti
is
is
the
also
topic?
ready.
What is the topic, ma'am?
Today I'm going to discuss a question. Okay, but if you remember the meaning of all the words, then only you can just answer me, right? So
Oh,
let
It
me
oh,
tell
was pure
okay, ma'am.
serendipity,
Okay.
serendipity that I found the perfect painting.
you. No, see, Ashia. She's trying to mug up quickly. Okay. Mm, now Ashia for you. Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think people sometimes choose to ostracize others in social situations? Why do you think people sometimes ostracize others in social situations? Do you remember the
Ostracized.
yeah?
Uh,
Aarti,
so,
remember
ostracized.
ostracize?
Ostracize. No,
No.
I
ma'am.
told you to memorize this. Suppose there is a flock of birds and ostrich bird is there, and ostrich bird is kept, means it is kept aside. Remember, if ostrich bird is there in the flock, so we can very easily remove or make him distinct from others.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember,
Ostrich, na ma'am. Ostrich. Ostrich. You're saying about word ostrich, na ma'am.
yes, yes,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
right?
I think he's the biggest word, maybe.
Ostrich is the biggest word, and if ostrich is there in a
Ostracized.
small bird's flock, so
Yes,
there what is there? The ostrich is being just kept away, right? Side
yes,
away,
ma'am.
or he will be removed away from the group, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So ostracize means
Yes. By like exclude someone.
exactly to exclude someone, right? Exactly.
Okay. So what's
Because
what
if
was the
terms are
question?
not clear, so you cannot understand the question. Problem is that. Hey, Abul, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am. I am fine, ma'am.
Ostracize.
Okay, so Abul, I'm just asking some question, right? So now,
Okay, ma'am.
please, do you remember the term ostracize, Apple? Ostracize?
No, ma'am.
याद है? Ostracize? आप लोगों ने रिवाइज नहीं किया ना इसलिए याद नहीं है.
And what was the question? Can you?
Yeah, sure. Just let me tell to Abul first. Abul has forgotten. ना ostracize. Abul ostracize means अगर आपको याद होगा मैंने बोला था ostrich bird है जो कि उसको ग्रुप से अलग किया जाता है क्योंकि वो अलग बर्ड है फ्लॉक में नहीं मिलता सबके साथ याद आ रहा है ऑस्ट्रिसाइज
Yes, ma'am.
करना किसी को ग्रुप से अलग करना याद आया ऑस्ट्रिच से याद है थोड़ा सा
Yes, ma'am.
okay so now question is that why do you think people sometimes choose to ostracize others in social situations sometimes in social when we are social situations so we feel that this person should be just excluded from the group why we choose the same
Social situation. So it depends. Like they maybe many reasons to ostracize someone. Um, Maybe someone is ostracizing one of their colleagues or classmates on the basis of their um,
No,
status.
no. Arshia, yeah. No, ostracize is a positive. I can say I can consider it as a negative and positive. For you, it is negative if you are ostracized by someone. But if I'm ostracizing someone, right? So I may feel that the person is not up to the mark. I don't want to just talk with him because his character, he is not good one, right? Did you get my point? What I want to say?
Yes, I got it. So that's why I'm saying,
So
no,
in a positive
sometimes
way, yeah.
they, yeah, in a positive way, for them that is positive way. They think that maybe this is better to ostracize someone who is lower than their status, or someone is not good or not up to the mark in studies. Because sometimes what happens, if any students, which I noticed, that if any student is not good in any subject, or like he's not a A level student, so the those student who are very good in studies, and they are very, no, A levels they always get, so they ostracize someone who is not at their levels of studies. And they are no, they give, they think that if we get along with this person, so maybe we end up like him or her, and we got distracted, so they ostracize on this basis.
Okay, fine. Arti, question for you.
Many students are ostracized after their failure, ma'am.
Yes, many students are ostracized. Yes. So, like Arti, like, is there any person from history, right? Any figure that comes up in your mind who was ostracized for his beliefs? What impacts did that have? मतलब उनको ostracize उनके beliefs के लिए किया गया था. So there are many historical figures we know, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
do you just come up with with the name of any one? Can you figure out the name of any one or two personalities?
Okay, ma'am. I'm thinking, ma'am.
Abul,
Yes, ma'am.
can you just remember any person like from history who was ostracized or who were ostracized because of their own beliefs?
No, ma'am.
Ashia must know. Ashia?
Yes, ma'am. Like there are many. We like Bhagat Singh.
Yes.
Bhagat Singh, because he
I was
was from
thinking the same.
Garamdal, and no, that time was
Yes.
Naramdal and Garamdal, and
Yes.
Raja Ram Mohan Roy.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and
All social reformers
Bhimram,
actually
yeah, Bhimram Ambedkar. He was
mhm,
also once ostracized
ostracized.
by, yeah.
Exactly. And there are many like social
Swami
reformers, right?
Vivekanand, like, yeah, yeah. And who
Yes,
stopped
exactly.
Sati Pratha? Like Raja Ram Mohan Roy?
Raja Ram Mohan Roy, yeah.
Raja Ram Mohan
Yes.
Rai. Yes, Raja Ram Mohan
Mhm.
Rai. Sati Pratha.
So who the people who personalities who try to raise their voice, right, against irrelevant activities. So they were ostracized, right? Okay, fine. Abul, now did you get the meaning of ostracize or not?
Ma'am, a little bit. Ma'am.
अभी लिटिल बिट ostracize का मतलब होता है किसी को ग्रुप से अलग कर देना सिंपल got it.
Got it, ma'am.
Now my question goes for you, are you are a working professional at your workplace, have you ever experienced the same, like you were ostracized in the group or activity, and if yes, so how did you handle it?
Ma'am,
Arti, have you ever experienced the same?
No, ma'am.
Arti,
Yes, ma'am.
have you ever experienced the same, that you were ostracized by the group?
No, ma'am.
Ashia?
Yes, ma'am. I have one experience.
I have also my experience. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so I remember when I was in 12th standard. I was doing a computer course, a computer diploma. So that time my teacher was very well, like she was not paying any attentions on our um any if we asked her, if I ask her something, she just told me, okay, look in the book, you can find. And she, didn't um allow us to do practicals. Sometimes like computers are not working, sometimes electricity is not there. Like they were the whole class were talking about this situation, this problem. They were talking on her back. So one I I was also the same on same page. So I just advise, I just recommend, suggest that we should talk to her and we should go to her office and we should talk to her that we are here. So computer is, it's a practical subject. So we want to do practicals, not we just we are here and we are just writing down theories. So it's not working. when we when we went to her office, so when we started to talk, I don't know why I that time I don't have that that much intelligence, I guess. So I first started that, ma'am, we want to do more practicals, and we are just writing down theories and we don't know. Still we have we have spent 2 months and we don't know anything about computer. And like, so she asked, who has this kind of who else is thinking the same. No one raised the hand, no one raised the hand. Like, I was like feeling so dumb that time. So she's like, okay, so you are only thinking. They were like, no ma'am, Arsha is saying this. We are very no, we are very okay, and we are very okay with this, and you are teaching very well. We don't have any kind of problem. So after that incident, my teacher and that whole group ostracized me. And the whole 2 years, like 2 years, I felt very lonely that class. And sometimes I skipped class because of that. No one was talking to me, and my teacher was always taunting me, like, she okay, give her one computer, she's this computer is belong to just अर्शिया. अर्शिया, क्या आपने आज कंप्यूटर प्रैक्टिकल कर लिया, आप satisfied हैं? So some like that. So I was very, depressed that time. I skipped lot of classes because of that. So they all ostracized me and they act like so this is my experience. They act like they didn't have any problem.
But now, now if you just think about the same, you feel like laugh now. So yes, it
Mhm.
happens. Like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Now, Abul, is it clear the meaning of ostracize?
Yes, ma'am.
So have you ever experienced any like in your life any kind of that situation?
No, ma'am.
No? Great. Then you are so lucky. Fine. Now the next question goes for you, and that is related to, can you think of a time when you were reluctant to try something new? What made you feel that way? Reluctant. Remember the term reluctant?
Yes, ma'am.
याद है? Okay, Ashia, wait. Abul, remember? Reluctant?
Reluctant.
Aarti, remember? Reluctant? मैंने आपको बोला था अबुल इसको ऐसे याद करना, रिलक्टेंट, वहां पे बीच में एक लक्ट है, लक्ट को लॉक्ट से रिलेट कर देना, रिलक्टेंट, तो जैसे किसी ने हमें लॉक कर दिया, राइट, रिलक्टेंट। सो इसका मतलब हम हेसिटेट फील करते हैं, याद आ रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
हेसिटेशन याद है ना?
Hesitation,
हम
yes,
पहले,
ma'am.
हाँ हम बहुत फ्री थे पहले, लेकिन किसी ने, जैसे हम किसी बात से रिलक्टेंट हो गए, अब हम हेसिटेट करते हैं, राइट? तो लैक्ट में, उसमें लॉक के साथ एक रिलेक्ट कर देना, सो रिलक्टेंट, राइट? सो नाउ अबुल, now can you think of a time when you were reluctant to try something new? कभी ऐसा हुआ है आपके साथ? What made you feel that way? आपने रिलक्टेंट क्यों फील किया?
Ma'am, I didn't feel, ma'am, reluctant.
You have never ever felt reluctant, right?
Right.
Actually, Abul, the same thing I just taught to my students, that if you have the answer in no, so you can make your own story. But if you are saying no, so it means fully closed. आपने क्वेश्चन को क्लोज कर दिया. So it means you are not getting opportunity to speak like other students. So this is your, like I would say, drawback, Abul. Though you don't have anything, just cook up any story and start sharing. Nobody is going to investigate अबुल ने सही बोला या झूठ बोला या सच बोला, बट अपनी अपॉर्चुनिटी को मत खोइए. अबुल, समझ आया?
Yes,
ऑस्ट्रोसाइज
ma'am.
में भी आपने मुझे बोला नहीं, और इसमें भी बोला, आपको बोलने का मौका ही नहीं मिला. सो व्हाट आई वांट यू नो, whatever question is being thrown to you, towards you, so please attempt that. Don't say no, say yes, and then after cook up any story. Now quickly come up. Ostracized and reluctant, with both I want the answer from your side, okay? Just think about it. 2 minutes I am giving to you. In the meanwhile, Aarti, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Yes, ma'am. Sometimes I feel reluctant, ma'am, of when I unable to speak fluent English in front of other teachers. Then I feel reluctant, ma'am. That time,
So at that time, how did you handle the situation, Aarti?
ma'am. At that
And what
time,
made you feel that way? What made you feel that way?
I only feel hesitation, ma'am. That
No, no.
time, and
So no, my question is, what made you feel that way? वो क्या चीज है जिसकी वजह से आप ऐसा फील करते हो? What?
hesitation. Yes, ma'am. Reluctant. That is a reluctant hesitation, ma'am. Because of hesitation, maybe
No, no. So that hesitation, why do you feel that hesitation? What made you feel like that?
because of spoken, ma'am.
Do you think it is the right answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me check Arshia. Arshia, what do you think? Arshia,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Yes,
do
ma'am.
you think Arti's answer is relevant for the same question? What answer we can just provide in return of this question? What made you feel reluctant at that time?
They,
What do you think, Arshia? What made her reluctant at that time? Means to speak in front of others. So, what particular thing that was making her reluctant in front of the
maybe
crowd?
she
Yes.
was maybe she was thinking that I'm not ready and like I'm not prepared well for this conversation, or like I don't have much vocabulary in my right now. There are so many things which made you reluctant.
Exactly. Actually correct, because if something is just making you reluctant is speaking, in terms of speaking, so Aarti, I would say lack of confidence, lack
Yes,
of
ma'am.
lack of vocabularies, lack of
Lots
knowledge
of
about that
vocabulary,
topic,
ma'am.
lack of knowledge about that particular topic. Three terms are there, I would say: confidence, if it is just drawing down,
Yes,
lack of
ma'am.
vocabulary, and lack of knowledge, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
fourth thing I can say, you are comparing yourself with others. Don't do comparison, right? Don't
Yes,
compare
ma'am.
with anyone. You are the best version of yourself. Always feel this, right?
Okay, yes,
There,
ma'am.
there is not any clone of yours on this earth, right? So always feel yourself the best, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Abul, Are you ready with your food?
No, ma'am.
Abul, now
Ma'am,
quickly tell me. Mhm.
I have also no, ma'am. No words, ma'am, about.
So now you are feeling reluctant now. Earlier you said I don't feel reluctant. So why are you reluctant now? Hence proved.
Ma'am,
And
excuse me, I'm coming back within 2 minutes, ma'am, please.
okay, whatever you are cooking, now just
Okay.
bring us. Okay, go. Yes, Abul. Now see what can be happen, right? So now you are feeling reluctant, right? Because you don't have vocabulary, you don't know what to say, you don't have idea how to put across your thought. So you are feeling reluctant, right? The second thing, if you are not saying anything, so after some time you will feel teacher is not asking me anything. So you are going to be just what ostracized from the group. So two things together happening with you in the same class, and you are seeing that you have never ever experienced. Did you get my point? What I want to say, Abul?
Yes, I get it, ma'am.
Now come up with your answer. I must say you are not being ostracized if you are saying so. I would say it never ever be happen with anyone. Sometime we feel we are just it may be just because of our own thought. It may be sometime like many situations are there, right? Circumstances are there and we feel that we are being ostracized. So you must have experienced some kind of situation. Just think about that. You felt that I'm lonely. You must have felt isolated from the group, or in the school also it might be possible you feel at the same time all the teachers are just talking with each other, they are making a group, right? But you are being ostracized. Have you ever experienced the same, Abul? Or everyone just call you, okay Abul, Abul, come, we are waiting for you, please come, samosa aaye khane. Have you miss it happens with every time with you? Have you
Yes,
never
ma'am.
ever experienced that people are just avoiding you?
Ma'am,
Have
it happens daily in my school
what?
uh, for a party, ma'am.
So
Get
what for her? So everyone call you, right? Abul, come up, come up.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, but sometimes you felt that something is there and people just ignore you. Have you ever experienced?
No, ma'am. All
Okay,
all colleagues are work together and enjoy
okay,
my work.
okay,
And
very good. Hmm.
today
And
I
in your school time, yeah, yes, please.
today mostly children uh, are not come in the school, so I I
So
enjoy my colleague.
so on the other way, mostly students who are not coming in the school. Instead of that, you can say most of the students were absent today. Right way, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You can also feel that when you are making the sentence now, mostly students who are not coming, you are hesitating, right? You somewhere you are feeling, and your intuitive power is saying that something is mistake, means you are making some mistake, the sentence is not correct. You are feeling now, Abul.
Yes, ma'am.
So at that time you can use, try to just change your way of speaking. It is not mandatory that whatever you are thinking you have to just speak in that way. Just control, just weigh your sentence first. If you're speaking that, if you're feeling satisfied, then only just speak out. Otherwise, just change your way of speaking. On some other way you can speak, right? It is not that how you are thinking you have to speak in that way. Got it, Abul?
Got it. Got it. Got it, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Aarti, ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, fine. Okay, Ashia,
Yes, ma'am.
why do you think people are sometimes reluctant to ask for help, even if they need it?
Um,
Should I
if
repeat?
you if you ask me, I would say that sometimes people they maybe there are so many reasons. Sometimes they think like that they don't know anyone in their surroundings, so they can ask help. And sometimes they are just no feel like what might they think, what might other things if we ask for help. So yeah, that's they don't feel no, they don't feel like sometimes they don't feel that maybe that situation which they are going through uh, for them that is big, and they think that if we discuss to anyone, they don't find like my, don't know, I don't have words. Yeah, so sometimes they feel just not they are so close. Sometimes they feel that my whatever might be might what might others think. Is it right? What might other things?
Okay,
Or
what might
sometimes they are just
others think?
hesitated. Sometimes they are just so introvert.
Reluctant, introvert, and sometimes their ego also comes up, right? They don't
Sometimes they
want
have a
to.
lacks of time, ma'am, maybe.
Huh?
Lacks of time.
Lacks of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Asking for
Every
Sometimes
help.
person is very busy in their own work, ma'am. They have a lacks of time. Every person is busy.
No, no, no,
what
Arthi. The
others might
question is that
think.
if
What
someone is feeling
others
that
might
something
think.
he wants, need, so I
No,
think
your
they
voice
should
is
not
not
do
clear,
anything.
ma'am. I'm not getting you. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, so Arthi, question was that like if someone, okay, why do you think people
My
are
others
sometimes
might.
reluctant to ask for help? So asking for help, I don't think like if person is busy or immersed in some task, so he don't get means he just reluctant to ask for help. No, no, no.
Okay,
Uh,
hesitation. Okay,
What others
ma'am.
might think.
Ma'am, I can hear only Arsia's voice, but I can't
okay,
hear
fine. Mhm.
hear your voice, ma'am.
Okay, 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 fine. Okay, okay. Uh, Okay, Aarti, you just tell me. Have you ever felt reluctant to speak in public? Okay, you to said this now. Okay, what advice would you give to someone who feels reluctant about making a big decision? What advice would you give to someone who feels reluctant about making a big decision? Right. Suppose your husband, he is just reluctant, okay, to take any decision. So how? What advice would you love to give him? Like to give him?
Well,
Abul, you can come up with the answer right now. Okay. Question is not related to you. Yes. Ashi, ready?
Yes,
Aarti,
ma'am.
who is ready? Come up.
Yes, ma'am. Can I?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Okay. So, in my opinion, I would suggest them they they just clear their mind about that situation, that topic or that thing, which like what was the question? Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes, sure. So question is that, question is that what advice would you give to someone who feels reluctant about making a big decision? Suppose Abul needs to take a big decision, but he is reluctant. So what kind of advice would you love to give to Abul so that he can take the big decision?
Okay, I would suggest them that if when it comes to taking a big decision, don't ask too many people. Just ask them who are expert in that particular. You think that in particular topic and that in particular thing. if you have any close friend, or just advise, just take advice, and after that just clear your mind and think about whole the thing and what you want. When you feel that confident about that, that your decision is good and you are taking for good, and so yeah, then take the big decision and don't feel regret. Don't ever feel regret about that making a big decision, because sometimes you have to take risk for taking a big decision. Yeah, because these big things come with risk. If you don't take risk, you never you never get that big product, or that what you want is need to be um like you have to take risk. That's right. And just don't go around and ask everyone like I'm taking this decision, what do you think about it. Don't just ask around too many people.
No risk, no gain, right, Arshia?
Yeah, no risk, no gain. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So yes, exactly. And Abul, why should I just tell to Abul? Abul said, "Why teacher is telling me?" Abul, come up quickly. Abul,
Yes, ma'am.
now, I'm reluctant to take any decision. Just give me advice, Abul.
Ma'am, what is your question, ma'am?
Abul, Ashia, she was listening. She was speaking. Have you just heard to her? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the question is that I have to take a big decision, Abul, right? But I am reluctant. So give me advice. What kind of piece of advice you would like to give me so that I can take that big decision? You have to boost up my confidence quickly.
Ma'am, I didn't understand the question.
अबुल, अगर कोई रिलक्टेंट फील करता है कोई बड़ा डिसीजन लेने में तो आप क्या एडवाइस दोगे उनको?
Ma'am, I
In
advised
English.
to him. I advised to him uh, take a uh, take a decision from expert.
Okay, take decision from expert.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so he will be always just reliable on his. He will always rely on some other person for taking decision, right? The person cannot be confident if he is always just taking decision
Yes,
from
ma'am.
others. Yes, Arti, what is
Do your work with your confidence, ma'am. I would suggest you, ma'am, do your work on with full confidence, and don't reluct it. Do your work with full confidence.
okay? Yes, actually, what is there now? Sometimes we people feel really reluctant, right?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
that
Lack
reluctance,
of lack of
why it
confidence.
happens? That kind of reluctance why happens? Just because of some of our past experiences. Some are if we have experienced something negative, right, just because of our own decision, so really we feel reluctant because some negative thoughts come up. First of all, if I take decision this time again, and if something negative happens, so what would I do, right? Some kind of thoughts comes up in means abruptly in our mind. So that is the main reason when we feel reluctant, right? And at that time we can, if someone is facing the same circumstances, so we can just try to foster his confidence level, right? Because if we just help him out and we just make him understand whatever has happened that is related to past, and you must have learned from your past experiences, right? So what mistakes you have made in the past, so don't try to repeat that mistake again. But it doesn't mean that life would just stop over here, right? Because there are many other circumstances would come up in your life. So every time you cannot rely on other person. And so I would say, yes, you can take some kind of advice from others, particularly who are experienced personalities, okay? So if you take some kind of advice from that, but it doesn't mean that you will just do the act according to his advice, right? Then after you can put your own thoughts, right? If you feel yes, that idea, it requires some kind of like you have to mold in that mm, idea, or it requires some kind of modification, so please go with the same, okay? But thing is that if you are feeling alone and you are not that much confident, so exactly you can just seek for some kind of help from some your seniors. If you are working somewhere, right? And you can ask some help from your parents as well, because they are experienced personalities, okay? So this is how you can just take the decision in right manner, okay? And please check all the domains of that particular decision. If you are going to take any decision, which domains are going to just impact by your own decision. If something negative means, decision always we take for the positive outcome, okay? But somewhere if you feel, if you take this decision, so there may be some drawbacks. If so, please focus on those drawbacks. Means is means are those drawbacks is going to impact something strongly, so please hold on, right? And try to find out all the loopholes of your decisions, because those loopholes you cannot deny. I must say, you cannot deny, if particularly it is going to impact someone's life, right, directly. So please hold back and try to take your decision in a right manner, so that it won't impact negatively to anyone if anything happens in future, okay? So take your decision very carefully, okay? Got it? So
Yes.
scrutinizing, that term is scrutinizing, okay? So scrutinizingly just check each and every aspect of that particular decision, okay, what you are going to take. Clear? Okay. Ashia, question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you think of situations where being reluctant might be a good thing? Why? Any
Um,
situation that you feel that, yeah, if someone is being reluctant, so it is really for good only. So could you please come up with some kind of scenario that comes up in your mind?
um, right now, no, no, nothing is coming to my mind right now. According to this, when being reluctant is in your favor or it's good.
Aarti, what do you think?
Sorry, ma'am.
Abul,
Yes, ma'am.
do you think reluctant can be positive as well?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So guys, listen to me very carefully. Suppose someone is passing through some kind of situation, and that is related to health, okay? So doctor has suggested not to take oily food or junk food. So suppose the person is in party, right? And he has his all old friends are there, and his old friends, they are just pushing him to have some food, but he knows that doctor suggested him not to have that, because if he takes, so maybe he might just face some kind of like problem, health issues and all. So at that time the person would feel reluctant, he would hesitate, because his friends, they are just forcing him, right, to have that food. But on the other hand, right, the person is reluctant because he is giving importance to his health, right? So yes, I must say, yeah, reluctance, being reluctant in that case, it is really positive. Along with that, if you have experienced some negative experiences in your life, so at that time being reluctant is really helpful. uh, I must say you have to be very thoughtful at that time, right? If you are thoughtful, so you will definitely try to uh, study each and every aspect of that particular decision and all, taking any step, right, so that you won't make such kind of mistakes again. So being reluctant, I must say, yeah, that is for positive. Sometimes some people, they are very extrovert, right, and they don't think even once that what they should speak in front of someone, and where and when he should just use those kind of words, and he just remain in flow and he speaks everything, right? So at the time, like if someone just feel reluctant now, he knows that his seniors are there in front of him, though he is very very extrovert, but at that time I feel, yeah, the person should be reluctant. What do you think, Arshia? Now I think some kind of ideas popping up in your mind. Arshia, come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Now have you heard me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, but I didn't listen.
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
so so you are also busy in kitchen?
No, no, I'm not busy in kitchen. I was just checking something. So
Okay, fine. So what do you think, Aarti? Have you heard me, or you are also in the kitchen? I can assume
Sorry,
today
ma'am. Sorry,
nobody
ma'am.
physically, but what I say, not
But
physically,
not
physically,
mentally. Yes, ma'am. But
not
mentally.
mentally. Actually, I would say neither physically nor mentally. Mobile is
Yes,
there
ma'am.
and people are
Exactly
somewhere
what
else.
you say is correct, ma'am. Very sorry to say, ma'am.
Oh gosh. So you all are busy in doing some task. Okay, so let it be. I'm not teaching anything. Okay. Okay. So fine. You tell me. Yes, Aarti. So
Yes, ma'am.
tomorrow you are going to just connect with me, right? At sharp
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 12.
12 now.
Yes, ma'am.
Arshia,
yes, ma'am.
Abul,
Yes,
Abul,
ma'am.
12.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you are not there, not tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
And day after tomorrow, is it your off? No, you don't have off now.
No, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Arshia, do you have off? No, you don't have now.
No, ma'am.
Aarti has. Okay, fine. Let it be. Okay. So now, do you have any topic that you want to discuss on? Okay, now let it be. Aarti, you just tell me what are you exactly doing in the kitchen? You just tell me. Just disclose everything. What is happening over there?
Ma'am,
Yes, Abul. You want to take leave, right?
sorry for interrupt, ma'am.
You
Ma'am,
want to take leave. Huh?
no, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then say.
मैम आपने जो वर्ड बोला है मैम
Huh? Ostracized. Ostracized.
इंट्रोवर्ट मैम
अच्छा अच्छा
और
introvert, हाँ.
यस मैम
Extrovert or introvert, right?
यस
Okay,
मैम
fine. See, देखिए, एक होता है ambivert. Ambivert. If I say for myself, so I am really kind of ambivert person. I am not that much extrovert, not introvert. Okay, I am ambivert. Okay, extrovert and introvert. Right. So first of all, we just begins with introvert. Introvert personalities वो होती है अबुल जो कि बहुत ही कम बोलते हैं. उनका नेचर जो होता है ना काफी बोले तो शाय काइंड का होता है, राइट? वो जल्दी से किसी के साथ घुलते मिलते नहीं है. वो होते हैं इंट्रोवर्ट काइंड ऑफ पर्सनालिटीज, राइट अबुल?
राइट मैम।
एक्सट्रोवर्ट वो होते हैं जो काफी फ्रैंक फ्रैंक काइंड के होते हैं, फ्रेंडली, फ्रैंक इन नेचर। मतलब जैसे ही आते हैं ना तो पार्टी में चांद चांद लग जाते हैं, काफी फ्री होते हैं, किसी के साथ भी घुल मिल जाते हैं। इवन दो कि वो पर्सन अगर नया भी है तो ऐसा लगेगा जैसे इसके सदियों से उसका दोस्त हो। एक्सट्रोवर्ट वो होते हैं, राइट।
राइट मैम।
एम्बिवर्ट वो पर्सन होते हैं जो कि किसी से मिलने जुलने से पहले पहले 10 बार पहले देखते हैं कि पर्सन कैसा है, पर्सनैलिटी कैसी है, राइट। अगर उनको लगता है घुलने मिलने के बाद की पर्सन सही नहीं तो वो अपने आप कट बैक कर लेते हैं, वहां से नहीं रहते वहां पे। लाइक मी, आई एम टेलिंग यू, आई ऑलवेज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जज द पर्सन, राइट, what kind of personality he is possessing, so उसके बाद मैं घुलती मिलती हूँ। लाइक वो पर्सन एम्बिवर्ट वो होते हैं जो कि झट से नहीं मिलेंगे सबसे, और जब मिल जाएंगे तो बहुत अच्छे से फ्रैंक हो जाएंगे, करेक्ट। पहले इंट्रोवर्ट होते हैं बट स्लोली ग्रेजुअली वो एक्सट्रोवर्ट हो जाते हैं, मतलब फ्री हो जाते हैं, फ्रेंडली हो जाते हैं इन नेचर। समझ आया?
यस मैम। थैंक यू मैम।
ठीक है, ये होते हैं, तीन होते हैं, ठीक है। एनीथिंग एल्स अबू?
नो मैम।
पीछे के जो वर्ड बोले मैंने वो समझ में आया, ऑस्ट्रिसाइज्ड और क्या हमने क्यों यूज किया था?
मैम ostracize and एक है मैम
रिलक्टेंट,
रिलक्टेंट मैम।
रिलक्टेंट, राइट, दो यूज किया हमने, राइट। ओके, पग्नेशियस आपने पढ़ा था? पग्नेशियस मुझे ध्यान नहीं है मैंने क्या पढ़ाया था आपको, आपके ना वो व्हाट्सएप पे मैं चेक कर रही थी तब बैठ के। ओके, या स्क्रूटिनाइज हमने जरूर पढ़ा है, स्क्रूटिनाइज, राइट। स्क्रूटिनाइज क्या होता है? स्क्रूटिनाइज अबुल रिमेम्बर, इनको लिख लो कॉपी में, क्योंकि इनकी रिवीजन बहुत जरूरी है। वट एवर यू आर लर्निंग ना इन डे टू डे, अगर वो लिखोगे नहीं, उसकी प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे तो देयर इज नो यूज, दिस इज जस्ट लाइक अ गार्बेज, you are just accumulating some kind of garbage in the bin
मैम
because you are
लिखा
not going to utilize them. Yeah, please।
मैम
लिखना
सब लिखा
और उसको लिखना और उसको समझ के
स्कूल।
यूज करना बहुत जरूरी है। आप स्क्रूटिनाइज, स्क्रूटिनाइज, या आरती
मैम स्क्रूटिनाइज स्क्रूटनी स्क्रूटिनाइजिंग
क्या
एंड
मतलब है इसका? बात वो नहीं है, वो तो होते हैं स्क्रूटनी और स्क्रूटिनाइजिंग और ये, बट होता क्या है मतलब इसका?
मैम एग्जामिन करना मैम।
राइट। सो अभी आप मुझे लगता है देख रहे हो क्या? कॉपी में देख के बोल रहे हो?
यस मैम।
क्यों आपने पहले क्यों नहीं पढ़ा? अभी अभी जब मैं इनको प्रैक्टिस करवा रही हूँ ध्यान आ रहा है ना कि मैंने ही पढ़ाया था? हार्डली 10 दिन हुए होंगे, हार्डली। तो अगर इसको प्रैक्टिस में नहीं रहोगे तो देखो ये शब्द जो है हम प्रैक्टिस में रख सकते हैं, पता है कैसे? कभी भी आप मोबाइल ले रहे हो या कोई कॉपी में लिखा है तो एक बार ना दिन में एक बार प्लीज उसको देख लिया करो, और देखने के बाद ना थोड़ा सा कोई एक सेंटेंस अपने ब्रेन में बना लिया करो। हार्डली 5 मिनट लगते हैं, अगर हम सोचते हैं तो हार्डली 5 मिनट। हमारे जो ये थॉट है ना, ये तो थॉट पावर है, इसको जो है ना हमको क्या करना है, एम्पावरिंग करना है। अगर हम सोचेंगे नहीं तो जब हम बोलते हैं तो वो वर्ड याद नहीं आएंगे, because we have to link them with some kind of scenario, story। अगर आप लिंक कर देंगे ना उसको तो कभी नहीं भूलेंगे, बट आप विदाउट लिंक अगर वर्ड को ऐसे ही रखेंगे कुछ नहीं होने वाला, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, कुछ नहीं याद आने वाला। मैंने बहुत सारे वर्ड आप लोगों के साथ शेयर किए, बट पर्टिकुलरली यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल अबाउट द सेम, दीज वर्ड्स आर रियली एडवांस वोकैबुलरी एंड इफ यू आर यूटिलाइजिंग इन योर डे टू डे कन्वर्सेशन, कुछ नहीं करना आपको, किसी भी हालत में ध्यान रखना है, स्कूल निकलने से पहले एक बार कॉपी देख लो और दिमाग में रखो आज तो मैं स्क्रूटिनाइज यूज करूंगा ही, किसी भी हालत में करूंगा, नहीं यूज करना फिर भी जबरदस्ती करूंगा। अभी कोई भी मैटर है, आप टॉपिक में बात कर रहे हो, वो स्क्रूटिनाइज मतलब आपके दिमाग में वो जो होता है ना कि हनी बी की तरह मंडराना चाहिए आपके, एक बोनेट बी होता है, एक बड़ी अच्छी कहावत है, इट शुड बी लाइक अ बी इन योर बोनेट। इसका मतलब हमेशा वो चीज घूमनी चाहिए कि मुझे ये बोलना है। अब वो स्क्रूटिनाइज आप कैसे बोलोगे तो इट्स अप टू यू। लाइक सपोज योर स्टूडेंट्स दे आर नॉट डूइंग एनी टास्क एंड दे आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग, so in when they are just comprehending anything they are facing difficulty, so आप उसको बोल सकते हो कि प्लीज प्लीज जो भी उसका नाम है एक्स वाई जेड, यू कैन से यू कैन जस्ट चेक दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग स्क्रूटिनाइजिंग, इट विल हेल्प यू। दो आपके बच्चे को समझ नहीं आया, कोई बात नहीं, आपको आपने तो अपनी इंग्लिश बोल दी ना, उसके बाद आप हिंदी में उसको रिपीट कर दो उस बच्चे को, आप पहले इंग्लिश बोलो, जस्ट स्क्रूटिनाइज, ओके, सो स्क्रूटिनाइज जब बोलोगे, ही स्क्रूटिनाइज्ड दिस एंड दैट एंड प्लीज स्क्रूटिनाइजिंग, जो भी आप यूज कर रहे हो टर्म स्क्रूटिनिटी, इससे क्या होगा जब आप इनका टर्म्स का यूज कर रहे हो ना, तो एक तो आपको प्रैक्टिस हो रही है, और सेकंड बात है कि आपने हिंदी में बोला तो आपके ब्रेन ने कैप्चर किया, अच्छा इसका ये मतलब होता है। और हिंदी में अगर वैसे भी नहीं होता, आप हिंदी में बात कर लो। आपको पता है गाइस, स्क्रूटिनाइजिंगली आप स्टडी करोगे ना तो आपको सब समझ में आएगा। अब आपने एक टर्म यूज किया स्क्रूटिनाइजिंगली, अभी आपको इतने अच्छे से समझ में आ जाएगा कि किस सिनेरियो में आपको यूज करना है। आपने हिंदी के साथ उसको लिप अप किया। ये जो है ना, जब आप कर रहे हो इस चीज को, तो क्या हो रहा है, आपको सिचुएशन के साथ वो वर्ड याद आएगा जब आप बोलोगे। अब समझ में आ रही है मेरी बात, में क्या बोलना चाह रही
Yes,
हूँ।
ma'am. I got it,
तो
ma'am.
है ना, तो इनको पहले तो आप इंग्लिश में नहीं बोल पा रहे हो तो हिंदी में यूज करो, कोई बात नहीं, करो। बच्चे को समझ नहीं आएगा, आप ऐसा मत सोचो, आप समझाओगे ना, आप टीचर हो भाई। आप अपनी बात को बोल दो और बोलने के बाद फिर से हिंदी में रिपीट कर दो, क्या जाता है। हम जब छोटे बच्चों को इंग्लिश सिखाते हैं, हम कैसे सिखाते हैं, हे कम हियर, इधर आओ, डोंट टच दैट, उसे छुओ मत। एक बार हिंदी बोलते इंग्लिश बोलते, क्यों? जिससे उसको समझ में आए। आप भी ऐसे यूज करो। गॉट इट अबुल? इट गोज फॉर
Yes, ma'am.
एवरीवन, आरती भी। ये जो नए वाले शब्द है ना, इनको ऐसे यूज करो। पता है वो पर्सन जो है ना, बड़ा ही एम्बिवर्ट है,
मैम।
ऐसे यूज
मैम,
करो उन
yes,
शब्दों को
ma'am.
हिंदी में
Because,
मत छोड़ो।
ma'am, some there is one teacher in our school, ma'am. She always writes always sentences, words in her notebook, and use that words and use those words and sentences with their students, ma'am.
यस, सो यू
She
हैव
has
टू
no
कैरी।
idea about English, ma'am, because she is pre-primary teacher. But always, कुछ एक word वो पकड़ लेंगी, just like drag your feet. Why are you dragging your feet? Dragging your feet. Even sometimes हम drag नहीं भी करने अपने feet, तो she always used to this word dragging your feet. Why are you dangling your legs? Means उसको सिर्फ use करने है, वो चीज हो रही है नहीं हो रही है, but उसको use करनी है, ma'am.
हाँ, सो दिस इज हाउ शी इज जस्ट, बस अपना ना उसको बढ़ा रही है वो
Yes,
वर्ड की नॉलेज
वो
को।
स्टूडेंट्स के साथ कहीं ना कहीं उसको वो यूज करनी है कि ये मेरे पक्के हो जाएंगे फिर ये।
हाँ, सो
हाँ।
आपको क्या करना है, एक छोटी सी डायरी रख लो और उसको
यस
अपने
मैम।
साथ रखो। एक बार आंखों आंखों से देख लो, अच्छा ये शब्द पढ़ाए थे, उसको कहीं ना कहीं इम्प्लीमेंट कर दो। हिंदी में कर दो, कोई बात नहीं, इंग्लिश में कर दो, जैसे भी बोलना है, बट करो। दिस इज हाउ यू
बट
कैन जस्ट
ओके मैम, डैंगलिंग डैंगलिंग हो गई मैम कि डैंगलिंग लेग्स हिलाना, पाँव हिलाना, और ड्रैगिंग फीट हो गई, घसीट घसीट के चलना। बट मैम, जो साउंड आती है टैप टैप करके, दैट इज नॉट ड्रैगिंग ना मैम। टैप टैप करके एक तो घसीट के
नहीं नहीं
आती है।
नहीं
हाँ।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो
हाँ,
नहीं होता ड्रैगिंग। ड्रैगिंग में तो वो जो पैर को खिसा खिसा के चलते हैं ना,
घसीट के
आवाज
चलते हैं, यस
आती है।
मैम।
हाँ
मैम,
हाँ, वो
साउंड
होता है।
जो टैप टैप करके चलेंगे मैम, टैपिंग फीट कैसे बोलेंगे मैम उसको?
बहुत तेज आवाज करके जब चल रहे हैं, व्हाई
यस
आर यू
मैम।
टैपिंग योर फीट, व्हाई आर यू टैपिंग योर फीट,
यस,
इट्स अ
टैपिंग।
नॉइज।
ओके।
ठीक है। और डैंगलिंग होता है जब लटका के, वो पैरों को लटका के नहीं
लटकाते हैं,
बैठते,
हैंग
तेरे
करते हैं, ऐसे
झूले
ही
की
हैंग
तरह,
करके।
हाँ, हैंग करके
यस।
झुलाते रहते हैं, डैंगलिंग उसे कहते हैं। नॉट ओनली फिट के लिए, आप कहीं पर भी बोल सकते हो, द बॉय वाज डैंगलिंग
वन
ऑन
डे
द
मैम,
डोर।
आई saw हर डायरी मैम, तो उसकी डायरी फिल हो गई इन सेंटेंसेस से मैम, बिकॉज टीचर्स आर ऑलरेडी प्रेशराइज्ड इन प्राइवेट स्कूल मैम, यू नो,
Yes, yes,
स्पीक इन
exactly.
इंग्लिश,
So,
ऑलवेज स्पीक इन इंग्लिश, सो
so
दैट्स
she's used,
व्हाई।
yeah, she's using the right way, you know. You people also can do this, right?
यस
This is the
मैम।
only way how you can keep connecting with the words, because you have that atmosphere in school, and this is good. Now you are getting opportunity to speak with those kids, those who don't understand that, whether what is the meaning of that, but at least you are just taking practice with the situation. So after
यस मैम।
listening, those kids will start speaking in that way. So miss, that is called now to kill two birds with one stone, you people are doing.
यस
So
मैम।
it's up to you, know how you are just creating or fabricating your own like atmosphere for learning this language, right?
यस मैम।
That's why I'm telling you, the words whatever I have shared with you, all phrases and all, just pick two only. Anyhow, it doesn't mean like on in a particular sentence where I have used only there only I can use. No, it doesn't happen. This is particular word you can use in different ways in different scenario, right?
यस मैम।
Now you are just thirsty, right? And you have to quench your thirst. Now quenching your thirst, so you would say like, okay, now are you feeling thirsty? Okay, you can have this water and quench your thirst. Okay, now finish. Don't you think
Yes.
it is related to water? Because if you people are really thirsty for knowledge, so for quenching your knowledge thirst, what do you have to do? You have to just learn more and more, miss what I can say, more and more stuff related to this language from different sources, right? So quenching सिर्फ आपने प्यास के लिए नहीं किया, ये प्यास तो हम कहीं और भी लगा सकते हैं, राइट?
Yes,
नॉलेज की
ma'am.
प्यास, नॉलेज की प्यास, पैसों की प्यास, हंगर, भूख। सो कहाँ पे यूज हो सकता है, आप कितने आर्टिकुलेट वे में उसको बोल सकते हो, इट्स कंप्लीटली डिपेंड ऑन यू। हंग्री हर किसी को पता है, हंग्री, यू नो, आई हैव अ हंगर ऑफ नॉलेज, आई हैव हंगर ऑफ vocabularies, that's why I'm working on। देखो मैंने हंगर को कहाँ लगा दिया, कहाँ मैंने स्टोरी के इसी के साथ लगा दिया, जबकि आपको पता है ये मतलब इसका होता है, लेकिन मैंने उसको लर्निंग के साथ लगा दिया। समझ आया? सिंपल वर्ड होते हैं, उनके कहने का तरीका जो होता है ना, उसको स्पेसिफिक बना देता है सबसे, कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें। गॉट इट? अबुल?
Yes, ma'am.
अच्छा, जब मीन्स यू कम्यूट ना 60 किलोमीटर अवे फ्रॉम योर हाउस एंड ऑल, सो हाउ डू यू कम्यूट?
Ma'am, I commit through by bus.
By bus. So in bus, like you get 1.5 hours, isn't it? So in this 1.5 hour, you can utilize for just learning these vocabularies, can't you? It is
Mm.
up to you, Abul. If you really want to improve yourself, so the timings you have to take out, right? Even though whenever I am in the kitchen, I just keep on learning. You won't believe. My headphone is in my ears, even though my notebooks are at my backside. Whenever I am just making anything, I'm just taking a like a glance over there, what is written over there, and everything is just I just try to memorize. I just try to keep connecting with those words so that I can be more familiar with those words. So this is how, like in your day-to-day work, not only this time, since my childhood, it is my, I would say, passion of for learning this language. Even though if I just come across any advanced vocabulary, I do the same thing. So it is up to you. You cannot make like any kind of excuses, ma'am, I don't get time, ma'am. So this is lame excuse, I must say. If students are making the excuses, because there are many more students I have seen, whenever I just take class on some other application, I found that there are some like like border security force. One of the student is there, so he is deployed over there. Nah? He was on like I would say he was on his duty, and he was taking miss he was talking with me at that time. So it's up to you how you can just take out 5, 5, 10, 10 minutes from your busy schedule. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
thirst is your, and you have to reach out to your like well. How can you just fetch water from that well? It is your task. I can just show you the path. That's it.
Yes, ma'am.
So that teacher, if she is doing so, I would say it is very appreciable, really. She is trying to find out her own ways, and everyone has their own way of learning. I don't say you just follow my way. My way is my way, your way is your way. You just find out your ways. How can you take out your timings? Because our timing will not just similar to each other, right? So it's up to you. Abul is just he is just spoiling his timings 1.5 hours, I must say. If he is commuting via bus, he's not driving bus, he's not doing anything. So 1.5 hour, it is more than enough, like for learning any vocabulary, and he can just search in the phone as well. Abul got it.
Got it, ma'am.
And there is like a very good, I would say, application is that is recording your voice. Why don't you record your voice? Not in bus, but at least like whatever you have learned after coming home, you can just record your voice, listen whatever you have learned in the entire day, whether you are fully confident about those words. So please be sure that whenever I will just enter in teacher scientist classroom, so definitely I will use anyhow this vocabulary. Let's see how it goes. So it is up to you. You have to push yourself for using those vocabulary. Got it? Because it is like ocean, बहुत सारे vocabularies है. I don't say like each and every synonym you have to memorize, because synonym की भी अगर बात आती है तो in Hindi we never ever use, we always use पर्वत और पहाड़. We don't say nag, we don't say khag. पक्षी बोलते हैं, चिड़िया बोलते हैं, खगनी बोलते हैं. So there are many more synonyms. I must say that whatever vocabulary I'm giving you, just try to switch them with your basic words. So this is how you can accumulate more and more vocabularies, and slowly and gradually you can just switch them with some other vocabularies. This is how slowly you can learn. Don't press yourself that much, but yes, in one condition you have to like press yourself. That particular thing is, you have to speak, you have to use that vocabulary particularly. Until you enforce yourself ना, नहीं कर सकते. मैं पहले ही बता रही हूँ, force yourself to do that. समझ आया अबुल?
Yes, ma'am.
मुंह से तो बोलना पड़ेगा. अगर मुंह से नहीं बोलोगे वो शब्द तो नहीं निकलेंगे, कभी भी नहीं निकलेंगे. सिर्फ समझ के ब्रेन में ही रह जाएंगे. Got it? Just think, Abul. I'm just giving you one example. You are accumulating your pot of knowledge, right? But you are not uh, like you are not using the tap that is your mouth. So what is going to happen? Those knowledge is somewhere in your head, right? That pot is your head, right? Now what is there? uh, will you get chance to fill that pot with some more vocabulary? You will never ever, because already you have that vocabulary but you are not using them. So how can you just accumulate some more new vocabularies in that pot, because it is already overflowing but you are not using, so you will forget. 100% you will forget. Abul, समझ आ रहा है? Just
Yes,
keep them
yes,
in,
ma'am.
keep them in uses, and just fill your pot of knowledge with new knowledge, new vocabularies and all, right? This is how I can say. Rest. Okay guys, so tomorrow we will meet. Okay, so Aarti,
Okay.
enjoy your food and dishes, whatever you have cooked with your family.
Ma'am,
Once again, happy Diwali to all of you. Yes, Abul.
tomorrow is ma'am Diwali, ma'am.
Tomorrow, actually, Abul, what is there? Na, there are 2 days Diwali. Okay. So, what I was thinking actually, on Friday night, I'm going to just embark my journey somewhere. Okay. I'm not here. So that's why in the morning, I'm just taking the annual session, but I will try to take your session in at night. Okay. On first, you are saying, but on first in the evening, Arshi is also not available. I know. Right, Arshia?
Yes, ma'am.
You are also, so I will take your class. Okay. I will take your class in the at night only, right? No, no worries. I will try my best, right? And rest tomorrow, please cooperate at 12. Okay,
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay,
fine.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Good
Good.
night, ma'am.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Bye bye, Abul. Ashia, bye.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Good
Good
night.
night.